This one is called Tortoises, and I wrote it November 24th, 2022. Each devoted protector will seek out a fight to maintain gentle tenderness, beauty, and light that's within his domain, shielding softness from harm. Once each finds his fair maiden, he won't want to share. He's her loyal protector and really does care for her innocent joy and her innocent charm. Though he's hard on the outside, he's tender within, and that tenderness guides him to fight and to win against threatening men who'll extinguish his light that he holds in his heart underneath his cold shell. Just inside he's as tender as those he loves well, but his armor can hide that from harm and from sight. So that's specifically about one tortoise that I know, that I knew, and I imagine he's dead now, but they live a long time, so who knows? I'm hoping
what was
that he's somewhere
his name? Did you?
Champa.
Yeah,
he was very good tortoise, and
he's very protective of you.
Very protective of me. So he was Silas's tortoise, but like Maxie was my parrot, but she loved Silas. And she would do things like, I would be cleaning her cage and she would try to poop on my head while I was doing it and laugh. You know, she just thought it was fun.
Yeah, you call it a cage, but it wasn't really a cage. It was just a perch.
Yeah, it was a bunch of, what kind of, manzanita wood perches on strapped up to a metal frame, and then she was just loose in the house, basically. Exactly right. But she didn't go. She didn't leave there because she
would rarely go there. Yeah. I can recall one time she came in, or I came in from work, and you were still at work or something like that, and I was going, "Where is Maxie?" Because she wasn't up on the perch. And then all of a sudden I heard, "Oh." And she'd gone to the windowsill, and she was behind the curtain, and she was checking out a bunch of cats out on the deck.
Yeah, well, she liked to watch.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
So Champa was Silas's tortoise, but he loved me. He was absolutely in love with me.
Follow you around, right?
He would chase Silas and bite at him.
Yeah.
Bite at his feet.
So he was
he didn't want Silas anywhere near me.
Yeah, so in many ways, he was like Paris, our dog, kind of more like my dog, because what happened is when we got hold of Paris, she was 5 years old, and you stayed to work up in Grand Prairie. We got Paris in Grand Prairie. I came down to take care of the house. And of course, Paris, we were in the car. It's a big 11-hour drive. And she was in the riding shotgun, off to the side. And she always, after that, didn't matter how much Pauline sat there, she thought that was her place.
Oh, yeah.
And
she didn't
speaking
want
of her
place.
No, her place.
She thought that my house was her house.
I was there for 4 months with her.
Yeah.
I'd be feeding Silas. You were saying about Silas feeding one pet, what was it, cheese or something like that? And it got fat. Well, Paris it was uncharacteristic for her. But I started off just giving a little...
Most of the time she was trim, though.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
Summer, boy, she was
I had peanut butter.
All peanut butter diet.
I loved her so much. I'd start off with just peanut butter, let's say, on my index finger, and eventually had a feeding. It was, well, not all 10 fingers, but all fingers of one hand plus the thumb. And Pauline was just absolutely shocked when we went up to get her at the end of the summer. She was.
But I didn't worry about Champa too much. Like when Silas and I parted ways, I was worried at first. I thought he should take Maxie and I should take Champa because he loved me. And then I thought, okay, well, Silas told me about his new girlfriend that he had, and that Champa was doing the same thing with her. And I guess she was a blonde woman, and Champa would have thought she was me, and so it worked out, right? He was not.
Champa had someone to be husband of.
Exactly.
And you came up with the formula for Paris, the Chihuahua dog. She was the first wife. It was like a plural marriage, and Pauline was only the second wife.